To build a bunker base, we need a shovel to dig the bunker pieces of which the bunker will consist. And to make the actual bunker base piece itself, we need a CV to transform one of those bunker pieces into a bunker base. To equip the shovel, press tab to open your inventory. We can see that our shovel is in our backpack. If we click on it, we can see that it swaps places with our hammer in the first slot. So if we tab out of our inventory and we press 1, we equip our shovel. Now if we press B, we get the build menu that is attached to the shovel, which includes the bunkers, the foxhole, trench connectors, trench emplacements, and trenches. Now we are looking right now for bunkers, so we click the bunker. As soon as we click the bunker, we get a yellow outline of the bunker piece that we can move around and place where we want. If we want to change the orientation, we can hold down the right mouse button and turn it around. And if we're happy with the placement, we place down the bunker base, we walk up to it, press the left mouse button and start digging. To be able to build a bunker base on one of the bunker pieces, we need a complex of 6 bunker pieces together. So let's plan that out. In order to plan that out, we can just press B to open our build menu again, select the bunker piece, place it over here and start digging for a bit. And once we have dug it for a bit, we can select another bunker piece. We have to wait a tiny bit because you can't place over and over. Now let's dig these 6 bunker pieces. Now that the 6 bunker pieces are finished, first things first, let's make sure that we reserve those bunker pieces for ourselves. So with our shovel out, we press F to go into upgrade mode. We aim at the bunker piece we want to reserve for ourselves. We press E to go into the upgrade menu, and in the actions panel, we're going to click the reserve button. That will reserve this bunker piece for me, so nobody else can make changes to it. As we can see, it says builder frame reserved for 1 day and 23 hours. And we go around all our bunker pieces. To turn our bunker complex into a bunker base, we have to upgrade one of these bunker pieces into a bunker base piece. To do that, we hop into the CV on the operator side, which is where the arm is. We aim it at one of the bunker pieces. And with that bunker piece selected, we press E to go into the upgrade menu. We select the bunker base. Upgrade, we use the scroll wheel to change the orientation. And once we are happy with the orientation, we left click to get our blueprint, right click to aim the building arm, and left click to start hammering in basic materials into our bunker base. Now that the bunker base is built, we want to make sure that we get AI here. So we come up to the bunker base till it says in the bottom left, press E to use bunker base. We press E, that will open up the bunker base. We go to the actions panel and set our spawn point. And once we set our spawn point, we can vote for base upgrades, and the base upgrades will provide us with AI. Provisional garrison will only give us AI as long as there's enough people and enough activity around the base. As soon as we complete provisional garrison and we get to small garrison, we will have permanent AI at this base. And once we have the large garrison, we have some extra benefits when it comes to decay and the effectiveness of bunker and garrison supplies. So in order to vote for provisional garrison, we click on the provisional garrison icon. We get a green check mark, and this will turn this color. And once it is all the way filled to the top, that means we have the provisional garrison unlocked. Once AI is enabled on our bunker base, we want to build things like rifle garrison, machine gun garrisons, AT gun garrisons, or howitzer garrisons, and we need to unlock those possibilities. So if we hover over the rifle garrison, we can see that it says a 0 out of 4 required garrison modifications. So in order to unlock the rifle garrison, we need garrison modifications. The way we get these modifications is first off, upgrade all these bunker pieces to a tier 2 bunker piece. With our hammer out, we press F to go into upgrade mode, press E to go into the upgrade menu, and we select bunker tier 2. Once we click that, we get a blueprint. We walk up to it and start hammering in VMATs. So if we come inside the bunker, we can see that this bunker piece is tier 2 because it has a wooden floor and a plank walls instead of log walls. Now, with our hammer out and we are still in upgrade mode, we press E to go into the upgrade menu. And if we look in all the upgrades that are available, if we look here, we see the icon that looks like a tiny puppet. Those are 2 modifications, the bunks and the lockers that provide the garrison infrastructure modification. So we need 4 of those. The way we place them is by hovering over it. We can see that it places a yellow outline of where it will go. And if we click on the bunks, we will start assembling a modification, which costs us 50 basic materials that we need to have in our backpack. Now we go around the bunker base, upgrade all these pieces, and then add modifications to them. Modifications can only be placed against the wall, so with our hammer out, if we go into the upgrade menu and if we select the bunks, and just as with the bunker base, if we use the scroll wheel, we can use the orientation, but we can see that we can only place the bunks against one of the walls. Now, if we want to expand our bunker to this side, we definitely don't want to have modifications on this wall because that will remove those modifications, or we'll have the need to remove those modifications. So we'll place them against this wall and have them there. Now that we installed 5 garrison infrastructure modifications, if we open our bunker base by pressing E, we can see that under the garrison upgrade tree, the rifle garrison is actually white now, which means if we want to, we can prioritize the unlocking of the rifle garrison. There are 2 ways to build trenches. One way is to use the normal trench, and you can use this and it will snap if you are close to a bunker. If you don't want it to snap, you hold down the shift button and that will disallow the snapping. And as with any other building, you can hold down the right mouse button and change the orientation of your trench. Another way of doing trenches is if we cancel out of this trench and we press B to go into the build menu, is with the use of the trench connector. The trench connector works differently. The aim point right now is the beginning of my trench connector. So if I click, and you can see that I can change where I want it to connect to. It has a maximum range. And in order to make turns, you can actually, with the endpoint here, if you hold down a right mouse button, you can change the angle at which it tries to connect. And if you don't want to, you can just escape out and get out of it. And if you connect it to one of the bunker pieces, we can see that it snaps. We can see that we get the same thing as we got earlier. And now if we hold the right mouse button, we can still change the orientation. So if we want to have a 90-degree angle here, we should be able to place it like this, walk up to it and start digging. If we are not happy with a bunker or a trench we just dug, we can actually get rid of them. So with the shovel out, if we press F and go into upgrade mode, we aim at the bunker we want to remove and we go into the upgrade menu. We can see that in the actions panel is a demolish button. That has a couple of requirements. First, it needs to be reserved, so we need to reserve this bunker piece. So let's reserve it. And then we go into the upgrade menu again, go to the actions panel, hover over the demolish button. We see there must be no enemies nearby, so this won't be available if you're at an active front line. And it must be done within 3 hours of construction. That is 3 hours in real life, not in game time. When we hit the demolish button, we get a prompt that asks us to demolish. We click demolish and we can see that our bunker is now gone. Trenches, we can do the same thing. If we press E to go into the upgrade panel, we can see that in the actions is a demolish button. And if we click the demolish button, and we acknowledge that we really want to demolish it, we can see that it's gone. If you use the upgrade mode either on the shovel or on the hammer, if you aim at one of the bunker pieces, it will give you a bunch of information. It will tell you the health, it will tell you the builder, it will tell you that it is reserved, it will tell you the bunker size of the entire complex, which is 8 at this point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it will tell you structural integrity, which is low at this moment. And you want to keep this as high as possible. And the way to do that is to upgrade your bunker pieces to a higher tier and making sure that your bunker complexes don't get too big. So the bigger your bunker complex, the lower the structural integrity, and the lower the structural integrity, the less damage it needs for the entire complex to fall apart. So if structural integrity would be critical, which is the lowest possible structural integrity, it means that it needs not very much damage to have the whole thing collapse. If you have a structural integrity of high, it will take way more damage to actually have the whole thing collapse, which gives you more time to keep it repaired and mount a counterattack to whoever is trying to blow up your bunker base. Trenches have several upgrades, so if we have our hammer and we make sure we have some basic materials on us, we, with our hammer out, press F to go into upgrade mode, we aim at our trench, press E to go into the upgrade menu. We can see that obviously we can upgrade it to a trench tier 2, we can even fill it in, which is basically the reverse of excavating it. We can place barbed wire, and as you can see, there is a bit of barbed wire over here, but if we use the scroll wheel, we can scroll it around. We can even have it at the end of the trench. But if we want to have something connecting to this trench, we better not place any barbed wire there. So if we place barbed wire, we can prevent the enemy from storming into our trenches. So if we place barbed wire here by just clicking, it will put a tiny bit of barbed wire here. And if we are absolutely sure that the enemy will only come from this way, we can even make sure that they can't use the trench against us if we use the sandbags. So if we hover over the sandbags, we can do the same thing as with the barbed wire. So we can place sandbags. And to ensure that vehicles can still go over our trench in a normal way, we can place a bridge. And if we place it here, there we go. It will place it over and it will make sure that our barbed wire and our sandbags are shortened, so it actually allows for the bridge to be placed. And now if we go into the upgrade again and we want to get rid of the bridge. We can do it. You can see that if we hover over it, it says right click to remove modification, and it will cost us half of the materials. So making a bridge costs us 50 basic materials. Getting rid of this bridge will cost us 25 basic materials, and we need those basic materials to be in our backpack, because otherwise it won't work. So if we get rid of this bridge, we just right click on the bridge. We can see that we're modifying the structure, and our bridge is gone, and our sandbags and our barbed wire are back. Then there is the last upgrade, which is the stairs. This is for easy access in and out of the trench, which can only be at an endpoint of a trench, not at a point where bunkers are. So if we place it, we can see we have now a ramp to run out of our trench, so like this. And as with the other upgrades, we can just remove it by hovering over the stairs button and right clicking and getting rid of the ramp. Tier 2 and Tier 3 bunker pieces have upgrades for the roofs as well. So with our hammer out, if we press F to go into upgrade mode, we aim at a bunker piece that is actually Tier 2. We press E to go into the upgrade menu. We can see that we have over here a upgrade that is a stair upgrade that can be used to build stairs so people can actually access the roofs of your bunkers. And there are sandbag walls that we can build, and this works like any other modification. If you use the scroll wheel, you can move your sandbags around. So if we place sandbags here, and we go into the upgrade menu and we place stairs there, if we walk there and we grab our pistol, we can see that we have sandbags here that can be used as cover. We have full cover if we're behind them, and we have easy access to the roofs. These sandbags are only available at the outer edges of your bunker complexes, so not in the middle. So if we look at this one, we can see that if we try to scroll, it doesn't do anything. It will only stick to the outer edge. And if we go to one of the corner pieces and we go here and we scroll, we can see that it has two options between this side or that side. Same as with the other modifications, you can remove them by going into the upgrade menu and right-clicking on the upgrade that is there. And if you right-click, it will cost you half the materials it costs you to build. So it costs 10 basic materials to build these sandbags. So if we right-click and remove them, it will cost us 5 basic materials.